So welcome all the students. Today we'll start with the unit number 5, that is air conditioning systems. So in air conditioning systems, we have to study different types of the systems. Okay, that is summer air conditioning, winter air conditioning, all year round air conditioning. Along with that, all air systems, all outer systems. Okay, variable refrigerant flow systems and variable air volume systems. Okay, along with that we have to study unitary and central air conditioning systems. So these are the things that we need to study, okay, in air conditioning systems. Okay, and apart from that we have to study different components of refrigeration system. So we already know the main components of refrigeration system, that is either it is maybe a refrigeration system or air conditioning system. So it may be a compressor, then expansion device is there, then condenser is there, and the operator. Okay, so these are the components that we have to study. Okay, so in this lecture, in this unit, okay, so these are the things that we have to cover. Okay, so in today's lecture we start with the air conditioning systems. So basically air conditioning is nothing but the it is a branch of engineering science which deals with the conditioning of air, means supplying and maintaining the desirable internal atmospheric condition as per the human comfort, irrespective of the external conditions. Meaning whatever the external atmosphere is there, but we have to keep the function of air conditioning is to keep the inside condition such that the human will feel comfort. Okay, so human comfort, as we already discussed in last lecture. Now, this air conditioning can also be used for the industrial purpose, that is for food processing, storage of food, and other material like medicines also. Okay, so these are the basically applications of air conditioning. Okay, so it may be used for the human comfort as well as it may be used for the storage of food or longer life of a food or materials. Okay, so this is how air conditioning can be used either for the comfort air conditioning or industrial air conditioning. Now, the different factors that affect the air conditioning, this we already discussed in last lecture also. Okay, so just we'll see one by one. This temperature of air, so we need to maintain temperature as well as humidity inside a air so that human will feel comfortable. So generally we maintain temperature around 21 degrees Celsius and relative humidity around 50%. Okay, then next the humidity of air. Okay, so humidity of air also plays a major role. Okay, so and it depends upon season to season. As you all know that in winter the humidity is very much low, and in summer the humidity in the air is very much high. So as per that condition of a surrounding air, we need to provide air conditioning to the room. Okay, the next thing is the purity of air. So we have to remove the contaminated air entering into the room. This is nothing but the purity of air. Okay, so air at a required temperature and humidity, along with there is no purity of air, so it has no importance. The next is the motion of air. So we have to distribute the air in the all parts of the room so that the constant temperature can be maintained inside the room. So these are the four factors which are essential in case of a comfort air conditioning. So, okay, so what is air conditioning's main motto is to effectively control all those conditions. Okay, that is to maintain the temperature, humidity, purity, and motion of air for the human comfort. Okay, so these are the things that we need to carry out in air conditioning. Okay, so there are different types of equipments that are used in air conditioning systems. Okay, so basically circulation fan is used to flow air to and from the room. Okay, so means we have to supply a conditioned air to the room, and for that purpose fan is also used, and in order to draw air from the room, exhaust fan is also provided. Okay, the next is the air conditioning unit. Now air conditioning unit basically consists of a, as per the season, air conditioning unit is provided in a air conditioner. Okay, means in winter air conditioning we need to humidify the air along with its heating. So heating coil and humidifier must be there in a air conditioning system. And in case of a winter summer air conditioning, there must be a cooling coil or chiller, along with that a dehumidifier must be there in order to have a comfort air conditioning inside the room. Okay, so these are the main things in an air conditioning unit. Okay, the next is supply duct. Now the function of supply duct is to supply conditioned air from the cooling coil to the conditioned space. This is a function of supply duct. And supply outlet, function of supply outlet is to remove air from the room. Okay, so this is a function of supply outlet. Then, sorry, supply outlets. The function of supply outlet is, it is one type of grills that is provided on the air conditioner. Sorry for this. The supply outlet is nothing but the one type of a grills which is provided on the air conditioner in order to supply a conditioned air inside the room. Then return outlets. These are the openings provided in the rooms in order to remove the air from the rooms. This is a function of return outlets. Okay, these are the type of grills provided on the air conditioner. The filters are provided in order to filter the air that is coming inside the room. So these are the main parts that is provided in an air conditioning system. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we'll move further. I hope you all understanding up to this. Just raise your hand so that we can move further. You understand up to this? Different parts of a or equipments of a air conditioning system, that is circulation fan, air conditioning unit, supply duct, supply outlets, that is the grills provided on the air conditioner, return outlets and filters. Okay, so I hope you all understand up to this. Then there are different types of air conditioning systems. Okay, and that can be classified in four major parts. That is, first is according to purpose. According to purpose, it is for the comfort air conditioning, that is for human comfort. And second, it is for industrial air conditioning, that is for the purpose to operate any machine under required drivable temperature and humidity. The next classification is according to season of the year. So in case of a single season of a year, summer air conditioning system is used in summer, winter air conditioning system winter, and year round air conditioning system is used, it can be used for the all year. Okay, that is for the summer also and as well as for winter purpose also. The next is according to arrangement of equipment, that is unitary air conditioning system and central air conditioning system. Generally, unitary air conditioning system is basically used up to 30 TR, that is 30 tons of refrigeration, and if there is a higher refrigeration requirement is there, so central air conditioning system can be used where you have to use a air conditioning system for a space having a load capacity more than 30 TR. Okay, so for those we can use central air conditioning system. The next, according to fluid media used in thermal distribution. Okay, so these are the generally used for the use in case of a central air conditioning system in order to carry the heat energy or transfer the heat energy from the cooling system to the cooling space. Okay, so it consists of basically three types of uh, classification is there for in case of according to fluid media. So this is what all air system, all auto system and air auto system. So we will discuss one by one. Okay, first of all we'll see the according to purpose. So comfort air conditioning. So in case of a comfort air conditioning, the air is brought to required drivable temperature and relative humidity for human health, comfort and efficiency. So irrespective of the whatever the outside temperature, the function of comfort air conditioning is to brought the required temperature, relative humidity inside the room means so that he will feel comfort and the working efficiency of a human will increase. So this is a basic function of a comfort air conditioning. If the in some of the cases, if the sufficient data is not given, so we assume that the required drivable temperature in the room is 21 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 50%. So these are the things that we need to maintain whenever we have to design an air conditioning system for any space. So under such conditions, if the inlet data is not provided or a room data is not provided, so under those cases we assume the 21 degrees Celsius drivable temperature and 50% relative humidity. But nowadays the air conditioners are designed in such a way that whenever you start the AC, the temperature is around 24 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this comfort air conditioning system can be used for homes, offices, shops, restaurants, theaters, hospitals, and schools. So these are the different applications where we can use comfort air conditioning system, and this is used for the purpose of human comfort. Human comfort. The next type of air conditioning system, according to the purpose, that is industrial air conditioning system. Now industrial air conditioning system, so in industry there are some machines which need to be operate at a certain drivable temperature and a humidity, and there are some of the electronic devices also that need to be have a certain drivable temperature and a relative humidity. Okay, so these are the air conditioning system that is provided in the industry in order to have a proper working of a machines. Okay, it also used for the proper research purpose also and manufacturing processes also. Okay, so this is how industrial air conditioning systems can be used. Okay, now in measure of the air condition industries, we need to have a constant value of a drivable temperature and a relative humidity. There must not be a variation in large variation in the relative humidity and drivable temperature of a air. So some of the examples of industrial applications of air conditioning are that in textile mills, where the air conditioning systems are used in order to maintain the proper temperature and humidity. Then it is also used in paper mills, then machine parts manufacturing plants, then tool rooms and photo processing plants. So these are the some of the applications of industrial air conditioning system. So industrial air conditioning system basically used to in order to have a higher efficiency of a machine. So comfort air conditioning is used to have a higher efficiency of a human, and industrial air conditioning is used to have a higher efficiency of a machines. Okay, so this is basically requirements in case of industrial air conditioning. Okay, so we see the classification according to the purpose. Now we'll see the classification according to the season. Okay, so in summer, as you all know that the quantity of water particles present in the air is of large quantity. Okay, so we need to generally dehumidify the air. Whenever we install air conditioner in summer, we need to provide air conditioner which is capable enough to cool the air and dehumidify the air. Okay, so such type of arrangement is generally made in the air conditioner. Okay, so here we can see the condition space or room where we need to have a required drivable temperature and relative humidity of a air. So now here we can say the dampers are provided here where the fresh air from the surrounding is enter, and where then it is mixed up with the return air from the conditioned space. Now this after mixing of the fresh air with the recirculated air, then it is passed over the filter in order to remove dirt particle from the air. Then this air is passed over the refrigeration coil. Okay, it is also called as a cooling coil, where it is cooled, and then this is passed through a perforated membrane where it gives up its some water vapor. Okay, where it condenses the water, and this water will be collected in the sump. Okay, so that the dry or air with a less amount of water vapor will pass over the heating coil. Now heating coil is provided in order to bring the air temperature to the required temperature inside the room, and then this air is with the help of fan it is passed into the room. Okay, so the help of supply duct. So this is how working of a summer air conditioning take place. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we can move further. Have you understand up to this? So basically in summer air conditioning we need to provide cooled and dehumidifier air inside the room. Now this ventilator is provided in order to have a fresh air inside the room. Okay, so this ventilator is provided to remove the whatever the air. Okay, so whatever the air inside the room. Okay, and some of the air is then passed to the recirculated duct, and it has again mixed with the fresh air. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we can move further. Have you understand up to this? You understand up to this? Just raise your hand, then we'll move further. You understand up to this? Okay. So next type of air conditioning system that we use is the winter air conditioning system. So in winter air conditioning system, generally we have to heat the air, rise the temperature of air along with its humidification. So there will be a heating coil, okay, along with the humidifier. Okay, now in case of a winter air conditioning system, a fresh air from the surrounding through the damper is mixed up with the recirculated air, and then it is again passed over the filter. Okay, now in winter there will be a preheater. Okay, there will be no cooling coil. Okay, so preheater will preheat the air to a certain temperature, then the humidifier will rise its humidity and or moisture content of the air, then it is passed over the reheater. Okay, where the reheater brings its temperature nearer to the condition space temperature, and then this air is supplied to the condition space. Now in winter air conditioning system, the outside air temperature is much more lower than the condition space temperatures. That is the reason why we need to heat up the air. Okay, this we need to have heat up the air and rise its temperature as per the requirement in the inside the room. Okay, then this ventilator is used to remove the air from the space, and remaining air will be passed through the recirculated duct. Okay, so some of the air will again mix with the fresh air, and then again it is passed over the preheater. Okay, so this is the working of a winter air conditioning system. The next is the all year round air conditioning system. Now year round air conditioning system is the modification in the winter and summer air conditioning system, where this type of a system can be used for winter as well as summer air conditioning. Okay, so basically this type of system consists of all the parts that are required in summer as well as in winter air conditioning system. Now what happens in air round air conditioning system, the fresh air from the surrounding is mixed with the recirculated air from the conditioned space, then it is passed over the air filter, where the dirt particles or dust particles are removed from the air, and then it is passed over the cooling coil in case of a summer. Okay, in case of a summer, and then it is passed over the heating coil. Okay, in case of a summer, there is a this cooling coil is in active state, means it is in operating condition. Okay, where it cools the surrounding air and this air and this surface temperature of air much more lower than the incoming air temperature, so that this air will remove the some water particles from the air. That is, we need to cool the surrounding air below than its dew point temperature in case of a summer, so that the air can be dehumidified. Okay, then this dehumidifier air, okay, which is cooled below its condensing temperature or condensation temperature or dew point temperature, then this air is passed over the heating coil. Okay, where it is heated to a temperature required inside the conditioned space. Okay, and then some of the air is recirculated from the return air duct, and some of the air is passed through the ventilator for the purpose to have a comfort condition inside the room. Now in winter conditions, this air conditioner acts like a heat pump, where this air cooling coil will be inactive. Okay, so this will be not in operation. In case of a winter, there will be a humidifier and a heating coil. Okay, so the purpose of humidifier is to just humidify the air in case of a winter, and heating coil is just to heat the air. So this is how basically working of a all year round air conditioning take place. Okay, so this is the in this particular air conditioning system, there will be all parts of a summer as well as winter air conditioning system. And one thing is there, that is when this in winter, when this is act as a heat pump, under those conditions, its COP is more 1 plus the COP of the refrigerator that is working in the summer conditions. Okay, so it's whenever we operate this air conditioner in a winter, its COP will be the 1 plus the COP of the refrigerator or air conditioner which is operated in the summer. Okay, so these things we must know from the MCQ's point of view. Okay, so I hope you all understand up to this, that is summer air conditioning, winter air conditioning, and all year round air conditioning system. Okay, just raise your hand so that we can move further. Okay, so we see the two classification of the systems. Now third that we have to study is the unitary air conditioning system. Okay, so unitary air conditioning system, basically these are the factory assembled air conditioners. We generally see these are the different homes, then in a hospitals or also in a banks. Okay, such type of unitary systems you already see, that is window type of unitary system you have seen. Then split type of air window or split type of a air conditioning system that we have already seen. Okay, these are the systems that is our factory assembled air conditioners. Okay, that we must know. Okay, these systems are tested as per the standard specifications. Okay, means these are generally tested as per the standard specification and available in the form of package units for varying capacity and types. Okay, so this type of generally air conditioners are available in the market with around 1 to 1 TR to the 3 TR of capacity. Okay, now this can be classified into a window type window units. Okay, so this window units here, these are the self-contained units of small capacity, means these are available in 1 TR to the 3 TR. Okay, and this window type of air conditioner are generally mounted over the window or through a wall, and this can be used for the one room only. Okay, so if there is bigger size room, then we can install 2 or more air conditioners for this room. Okay, means there is a second condition of a bank. Okay, so in case of a bank, we can install 2 to 3 air conditioners so in order to have a required comfort condition inside the bank. Okay, then another type is the open unitary air conditioning system is a vertical pack unit. So the vertical pack units, so this type of units, there is a self-contained units. Okay, that is having a bigger capacity, that is 5 to 20 TR. Okay, so this type of air conditioners can be used for the 5 to 20 TR. Okay, so this type of systems can be used in restaurants, bank, or small offices. Okay, in case of a restaurant, bank, or small offices. In case of a bank, okay, you can use multiple window units also. Okay, but this is costlier, so in order to have a lesser cost, we can use vertical pack units with lesser cost. Okay, so these are the applications where you can use vertical pack units for restaurant, bank, and small offices. Okay, so I hope you all understand up to this. Then this unitary air conditioning system may be adopted for winter, summer, or air round air conditioning. Okay, so as earlier we already seen the summer, winter, and so this unitary air conditioning system basically consists of all the parts of summer, winter, and year round air conditioning system as per the requirement. Now this year round these unitary systems are available in the form of window air conditioners, then split air conditioners, heat pumps, and ductable system with air cooled or water cooled condensing units. Okay, so these are the different types of systems which we can install for the room conditioning. Okay, okay. So these heat pumps can be used in winter. Split air conditioners. Okay, nowadays the window air conditioner are replaced by split air conditioners. Okay, then ductable systems. Okay, whenever there is a higher capacity requirement, that is 5 to 20 tower, then the central unit is generally mounted on the roof. Okay, and the air is passed from the central unit or a cooling coil through a duct, and it is then supplied to the space where the temperature need to be cooled. Okay, so this is how the working of a unitary air conditioning system takes place. So in the unitary air conditioning system, basically these are the things that we should know, that are already factory assembled units. Okay, in factory it is manufactured. Okay, and that are manufactured as per the required conditions of the inside the room. Okay, so we can install one or more air conditioners as per the requirement. Okay, now here you can see the window air conditioner system. Okay, so this is a proper systems or air conditioners you might have seen in buildings also. Okay, so some the half part of the air conditioner is inside the room and half part is outside the room, where the inside of the room consists of a expansion device and evaporator coils, that is cooling coil, and outside consists of a condenser and compressor. Okay, and motor is used to drive the this fan so that the air can be blown. Okay, so the common motor is used to drive the inside fan as well as outside fan. Okay, so basically this is the construction of window air conditioner. Okay, now nowadays we have seen the split air conditioner. So this is the air conditioners nowadays we have seen in the market. Okay, so in window air conditioner generally there are 2 units. Okay, one unit that is outside the room and another that is on the wall. Okay, so the inside room inside unit consists of a evaporator and expansion device, and outside unit consists of a compressor and a condenser unit. Okay, so this is how the split air conditioner can be installed in a room. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we can move further. Have I understand up to this unitary air conditioning system, the different types of unitary air conditioning system, that is window air conditioner system, then package type of unitary air conditioning system. Okay, so these are the systems which we use up to whenever there is a tonnage requirement of a 30 TR. Okay, that is 30 TR. Okay, now whenever we need to have install air conditioner system for a buildings. Okay, means there are a huge number of rooms where we need to provide a cooling. Okay, So under those cases, we cannot use unitary air conditioning system or a window air conditioning system or a split window air conditioner system. So under such conditions, we need to use central air conditioning system. So central air conditioning system can be used whenever the tonnage capacity is up to more than 30 TR. Here is given is 25 TR. So it can be used when there is a capacity requirement of a 30 TR or more. Okay. So this name central system or equipment is also commonly called as a applied system or applied machinery. Okay, so here the central station equipment will be there. Okay, mean that there will be cooling coil. So cooling coil, basically the whole building load will be given on the single cooling coil. There will be compressor. Now, in case of window that is air conditioner, that is we use in case of a unitary air conditioning system or window air conditioning system, we generally use hermetically sealed compressor. But hermetically sealed compressor is having a lesser efficiency, so generally whenever we have to use for the higher capacity conditions, we generally use different types of compressors compared to the hermetically sealed compressor. Generally hermetically sealed compressors are not used when there is a high capacity requirement. Okay, because there is a also efficiency of a system may goes down as you use hermetically sealed compressor. Okay, so these are the things that we should know. Now, in case of a central air conditioning system, air handling equipment. Okay, so air handling equipment and air distribution systems are used. Means air handling equipment will be mounted at the basement of a building. Okay, and from that basement of a building, the air handling unit. Okay, that is also called as a air conditioning system. Okay, means cooling coil. Okay, so air will be allowed to pass over the cooling coil. Okay, then it will be the passed over the different zones of a building. Okay, we can see the it can be passed over the different zones of a system is to the different rooms. Okay, where the we need to provide air conditioning. Okay, and then this air which is it was for the cooling purpose of a room. Okay, then it is allowed to pass to a return duct. Okay, then allowed to pass to a return duct, and from that return duct this air is again comes over the cooling or central station where cooling coil is mounted, and this air then again pass over the cooling coil where it mix with the fresh air, and this fresh air is allowed to pass through a supply duct where it will again pass through the required air conditioning zones. Okay, so this is how generally working principle of a central air conditioning take place. Okay, now central air conditioning system can be adopted for air flow rate of a 300 meter cube per minute, or where we have to provide air conditioning to the different zones in a building. Okay, it means there are a number of rooms where we need to provide a air conditioning in the building. Okay, means there is a multi-stories or hotel is there, so in under those conditions also we can provide a central air conditioning system. Okay, okay, so these are the things we should know. And the load on the different zones may be different. Suppose I'm considering the case of a room, so there are rooms where people are generally at a the workload of the peoples may be somewhat lesser compared to the peoples those are present in a gym. Okay, so workload in the that is a cooling load inside the gym will be more. Okay, as compared to the cooling load inside the room. So the required airflow must be maintained in case of a central air conditioning system. Okay, so the different dampers are also provided. Okay, so we'll see one by one all those things. Okay, so just raise your hand so that we can move further. I understand up to this. You have any doubt? Is anybody in doubt? I understand up to this. Okay. Then this central air conditioning systems basically are of different types. That is all air system, then all water system, and air water system. So first type of a system, that is all air system. Now in all air system, the air is used as a cooling media that transport energy from conditioned space to the air conditioning plant. Means air will be passed over the cooling coils, and then this cooling air will be passed through a supply duct, and then it is supplied to the cooling supplied to the room, and then this air will be removed from the room through a return duct, and then again it's passed over the cooling coil. Okay, so this air in case of a winter, it extracts sensible and latent heat from the conditioned space, and in case of a sorry in case of a winter, it supplies sensible and latent heat inside the room, and in case of a winter, it extracts latent and sensible heat from the room, because in winter we need to heat up the room and rise its temperature. So we uh, need to supply sensible as well as latent heat to the room, and in winter we need to extract the latent and sensible heat in order to drop the temperature of the room. Okay, the next is the return air of the conditioned phase is conveyed back to the plant. Okay, so these are things we already see that the through the return duct the air will be passed to the cooling coil. Okay, now all air systems can further be classified into a single duct system. Okay, means there will be a single duct. Okay, now single duct systems can either provide cooling or heating using the same duct. Means suppose where there is only a single duct, so single duct is used to pass the air. Okay, so we can either provide cooling or heating with the help of a single duct. Okay, but both cooling, heating and cooling cannot be provided simultaneously. So simultaneously we cannot provide heating and cooling inside the room. Okay, so there are different classification of a single duct system. That is single duct constant volume single zone system. Means we have to cool a single zone, and we have the volume flow rate is also constant. Okay, so we need not to provide a dampers in order to vary the volume flow rate of the air to the room. And single duct, there will be only duct, one single duct will be provided, which either provide cooling or heating to the room. Then single duct constant volume multiple zone system means we have to provide cooling or either heating to the multiple zones of a building. Then single duct variable volume systems. Okay, there will be a single duct with variable volume, means we have to provide a damper in order to vary the volume flow rate to the air as per the load on the room. Then next is a dual duct systems. Okay, so dual duct systems can provide both cooling and heating simultaneously. So in this particular dual duct systems, there will be two ducts. Mainly from one duct, cooling air will be passed, and from the another duct, heating air will be passed, and then this is mixed up in the air box. And when it mix up with the air box, a required condition of a condition air will be supplied to the room at a desired condition. Okay, so this is a basic difference between the single duct system and dual duct system. In dual duct system, we can simultaneously provide cooling as well as heating. Okay, because there will be two ducts, and we can supply air as per the requirements. Okay, means in the one duct we can provide a cool air, and in the another duct we can provide a heated air. Okay, so dual duct system can be further classified as a dual duct constant volume system. There will be no requirement of dampers when there is constant volume. Dual duct variable volume systems. Okay, so these are the basically types of all air systems. Okay, so today we'll stop here, and in the next lecture we will start with the all air systems. Okay.